I'm Emily.
And I'm Sierra. Today we're going to share our tips on how to build a character sheet.
All the content we'll be discussing today will be from the official Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook. Now we're going to be flipping back and forth through the pages frequently, so be careful not to get whiplash.
Let's start creating by giving our character a name. She'll be Nuri Tamaran. We're going to make Nuri an elf with a sub-race of High Elf, which will give additional abilities. For a synopsis of each fantasy race you can play, check out our other video on that.
Next, we'll decide our class. For Nuri, she'll be a wizard. To begin, she'll be at the introductory level, level 1. As you continue to play the game, you'll gain experience points from your dungeon master, which will increase your levels.
In D&D, there are 6 main ability scores your character will rely on. These are Strength, Dexterity, Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. You use these numbers associated with the ability scores, which are called ability score modifiers, to accomplish actions and attacks.
There are 3 ways to get the ability score modifiers. The first way is by using the general starter numbers written in the book. Secondly, you can use the point buy system, in which you receive 27 points that you can spend purchasing the ability score numbers.
The third way, the one we'll be doing, is where you roll 4d6, remove the lowest number, and then add the remaining 3 rolls together to get 1 ability score. You will do this 6 times in total to get all your scores.
Since Nuri is a high elf, she gets to add an additional 2 points to her dexterity and 1 point to her intelligence. These are listed in the race description. From these base numbers, you can calculate the modifier number as shown in this chart.
Because Nuri's class is a wizard, we'll want her highest ability scores to be in her intelligence and constitution, as those will best aid her in her class. To see which abilities are best for your class, they will be listed under the quick build in the chosen class section.
Her fantasy race as a high elf also gives her additional features and traits. Her speed is 30 feet, and she gains dark vision, which allows Nuri to see in the dark. She also has Fey ancestry, which prevents her from being put to sleep magically, and a trance feature, which lets her only need to sleep for 4 hours instead of the normal 8.
As a level 1 wizard, Nuri gets 2 additional features, which are spellcasting and arcane recovery, which means she can do a class-specific magic and regain some of her spells faster. You earn additional features as you level up.
Health, hit points, or HP, can be calculated through your class as well. For Nuri, the level 1 wizard, her HP is 6 plus her constitution modifier. Her hit dice are found in the class description as well. You can use hit dice to recover HP after a short rest within the game. For each level, she will gain 1d6 hit dice. So at a level 5, she'll have 5d6. Right now, though, as a level 1, she only has 1d6.
Next, we'll choose Nuri's background, which gives more abilities and flavor to your character. It's important to note that a backstory and a background are 2 different things. A background is the general experience and origin of your character, while a backstory is the specifics of your story that you build with your DM. Nuri is going to have the background of a sage.
A sage is a wizard on steroids. They study and study and study some more.
'Cause she's a nerd!
Also good to note, you'll want to pick an alignment for your character. An alignment broadly describes moral and personal attitudes. There are 2 parts. One identifies morality, good, neutral, evil, and the other is your attitude towards society and order, lawful, neutral, chaotic. Here's a chart that can help show what each alignment entails. For Nuri, she'll be lawful good.
Now going down to the proficiencies and language box, from Nuri being an elf, she can speak Common and Elvish, and as a sage, she can speak 2 more languages, so we picked Dwarvish and Orc. As a wizard, she's proficient in a few weapons, but her sub-race gives her the elf weapon training, which gives her proficiency in a few more.
Her class and background also offer additional benefits in the skills box. Here we fill in the bubble to indicate what she's proficient in. At level 1, she has a proficiency bonus of +2, so any of those filled in skills get the +2 added to the ability score modifier already associated with it. For example, her history will use her intelligence modifier, and because she's proficient in the history skill, we add the +2 bonus to the final number.
Every character has a passive perception, what they might notice or see on a regular basis. This number is 10 plus the wisdom modifier, but because Nuri has keen senses as an elf, she gets to add her proficiency bonus of +2. As a wizard, Nuri gets to cast spells using her intelligence. The difficulty for an enemy succeeding against her spells, also called a spell save DC, is 8 plus her spell casting ability plus her proficiency bonus. Lastly, the spell attack, her bonus to hitting people with magic, is her intelligence modifier plus proficiency bonus.
Her class shows the amount of spells and spell slots she has at every respective level. At first level, she has 3 cantrips and 2 first level spell slots. A cantrip is a spell you can cast any number of times. A spell slot denotes how many times you can cast a spell at each spell level. Don't worry too much about spell casting for now, though. We'll cover that in a later episode.
Your class and background give you lots of equipment, such as gold, armor, weapons, and trinkets.
Your armor class is determined mostly by your armor type and is displayed in this chart. Since Nuri's class doesn't provide her with any armor, her AC is 10 plus her dexterity modifier.
In the attacks and spellcasting box, you put your main weapon of choice, the bonus to hit with it, and the damage it rolls. For Nuri's weapon, a dagger, her attack bonus will be her dexterity modifier added with her proficiency bonus.
And that's it! You're ready to play with a brand new character. Hopefully this didn't give you too bad of whiplash, but feel free to go back through the video and pause us when you need to process.
And don't be too surprised if you get addicted to making new characters. It happens to everyone. Eventually.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Put in the comments below the D&D questions you want answered.
And we'll see you next time.
For all of you who've written us that amazingness, subscribe. Sorry.